Hello, friendos. It is I, Remi-Chan, and today, as the title card gives away, as well as the YouTube title and the thumbnail, this is going to be me making games for your amusement. And oh, for fuck's sake, I keep getting the blip sound because some dickhead can't shut the fuck up for a second. So let me undeafen myself. Hey, Wolfman, mute stream and introduce yourself, even though everyone here probably knows your name by now already.
Greetings, I am DerVVulfman.
Resident Werewolf. So yes, that is the two of us. We might be joined by RiseDemos later. He's currently busy with being with his best friend forever, but for now it is just the two of us. So that you just have to take that for what it is, I guess. Alright. So, I'm trying to find this, image so I can post in this thread about what I've been doing and just be done with it, but I can't remember what... I know I put it somewhere, but I can't remember where now, because I thought it would have been Twitter, but it apparently is not.
I blame Twitter for that.
I do blame Twitter for that, too.
Why not?
It's so much easier to, go on with life if I just blame Twitter for all my problems. This is everybody's fault but mine. Alright, hang on. Yeah, okay. I just want to get all my personal stuff done before I go and, share my stream, so bear with me, friendos, we'll get there. On the upside, I got Psy working on my PC how it should be. Basically, it was just, set it to, set it to be in running compatibility mode for Windows XP, and run as admin every time you boot it up. Easy. Now it works 100% of the time with no questions asked. It's wow, that was so fucking easy. I wish I'd thought of that 20 bloody days ago, but hey, it is what it is. Okay, so yeah, I'm probably gonna have to make this again. I'm so mad. It should be around here, so it's probably my Discord somewhere. But where? I'll be damned if I know. I can check the places I usually put this stuff on. Actually, it's most likely either in general chat or venting. Because imagine having a consistent topic. Imagine having consistency! Yeah, doesn't really, fit my kind of build, does it? Wow, I don't post there much. Let me just control F as Zaramitsi, because that's not a thing you're going to be finding very often. Okay, not there. Yeah, it's a pretty, one-shot kind of name, eh? Alright, try venting, control F, control V, yeah. Alright. Nope, not there. Ripperoni. What?
On the other hand, anyone that is actually expecting, if they want to choose a baby girl's name,
don't name your child after this evil bitch. Fuck's sake. Yeah, if this game ever gets any traction, people are gonna look at you with the most disapproving, stern, fatherly gaze and be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? It's like the people call their kids Sylvanas. Oh boy, that did not age well.
Hey, after the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial, a lot of people said they filed change of name requests because all of a sudden their daughter that they named Amber, yeah, let's change that girl's name.
Yeah, for fuck's sake, don't put her in that shadow. Yeah, no, fucking, people keep asking me to, throw my 2 cents in the bucket of the whole Amber Johnny Depp thing. It's bitch, I don't care. I'm not remotely interested in Hollywood. I'm not gonna, I'm basically just gonna say what everyone else is, that Amber Heard's a crazy-ass bitch, and Johnny Depp's pretty much, not the kind of guy who would go out of his way to hurt a woman. Because he's just not that kind of person. I think Amber Heard's just in it to win it and take all his shit. So, yeah, but either way, I don't fucking care. It's not my problem. That's as far as I'm concerned, the whole court case between them is their fucking business. And the fact that all these people... I know she wanted to make it everyone's problem, but that's exactly why I can't stand fucking celebrities.
That's what you were doing, yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, bitch, no one cares about your worthless shit. Go fucking cry on Twitter about it. Oh wait, that's what you did. Except everyone just insulted you because you thought Twitter was your place. No, it's our place, bitch. It's everyone's place. And people have more respect for Johnny Depp than you, who the fuck is Amber Heard? Like, I'm completely, like, in the dark for most of the Hollywood scene, but even people who I know well were like, this bitch did nothing. The only reason I know if Amber Heard exists is because of this court case with, like, Johnny Depp, which really goes to paint a picture of, you know, her kind of thing in the scene. And then, of course, there's a whole, like, fucking Twitter GoFundMe crowd of, oh, but she a woman, therefore she... It's like, no, being a woman doesn't alleviate you from being a bitch. Like, if you're gonna be an absolute fucking dumpster fire of a person who's toxic and abuses people for your own gain, it doesn't matter if you're a woman, a fucking whatever, like, that's not on. No matter who you are. It's very easy to blame or grandstand on a gender when it actually has nothing to fucking do with any of the shit that's going on. Because, like, yeah, women in the US don't have rights anymore. But one, this was before that bill was passed. Two, Amber Heard, or whatever the fuck, is a celebrity. Rights are basically basically one of the things they have the most of. They're privileged little dipshits, and that's why I hate most of them. Like, oh, don't get me wrong, I like it when they act on screen for my amusement, that's fine. But stop trying to drag me into your stupid personal lives, I don't care. There we go, rant over. I'm making this rant to try and distract you from the fact I still haven't found this thing.
Oh, great.
Well,
the only movies of note that I've actually seen her in is, she's freaking Mera in Aquaman, the redhead.
Oh man, so she's like a guest star in one fucking movie. And like this is... She's also what?
She's also the older sister in Zombieland, and that's a four-people ensemble.
Okay, so what you're saying is that even you, as the esteemed DerVVulfman, the resident werewolf who has watched all the movies, more or less, even you've only seen her in like 2 fucking things.
She's been in a few things here and there, not much that is like... Whoever heard of a movie called Syrup?
Nope, that sounds terrible. And very Canadian. Because Canadians and maple syrup, you know, that's a thing. I'm not racially profiling. Shut up.
How about a movie called Her Smell?
Oh God! Is this just like Teeth?
I don't know. I don't know. I have no clue.
Oh, you actually haven't seen that one?
I seriously, there are just some things that you do not degrade yourself to watch.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, yeah, like, really says something about a career, doesn't it? It's like, oh, I was like the fucking bitch baby, like, tag along for Aquaman. Some fucknut in some, like, stupid zombie movie. And it's Syrup, whatever the fuck that is. And also, I was in the thing that most people are too dignified to consider themselves watching. Even people who, like, work construction jobs. So, yeah, like, yeah. Like, you don't have very high standards for movies. You watch just about anything. But the fact you... No.
Yeah, I mean, she was in a movie called The Rum Diaries. And guess what? That's a Johnny Depp movie.
Yeah. Like, or fucking, like, stardom seems to basically revolve around the fact she met Johnny Depp.
No, she started...
Probably not, but...
She started off in 2004, and one of her movies was Friday Night Lights, which was a football movie. Pretty sure she wasn't one of the football players.
So another minor role, huh? By the sounds of things, anyway.
Yeah, a lot. Yeah, okay, great. She was in a music video in 2005.
Oh yeah, I've been in a music
Yeah.
video too. On YouTube, but you know.
Yeah. I, I, no. I, no. No.
Not the same? Not the same.
She was in the miniseries remake of The Stand, Stephen King.
Is that a motherfucking JoJo reference? Sorry. I had to. I didn't watch JoJo.
That was actually her character's name. Just kidding.
Okay.
I never read this.
You would have had me if I'd been like a tiny bit more gullible. But I'm like, this sounds like a DerVulfman joke coming on. I'm like, yep. Is this the right one?
Well, hey, come on. She was in a movie called Her Smell. And she played a character named Zelda. Okay.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Hang on. This thing's pissing me off. So, oh, okay, right. Hang on. I gotta do some options here.
Alright.
Fucking, okay, yeah. Can you change that maximum canvas size to be as big as I fucking like? Thank you, dick. 150,000 pixels by 150,000 or to do it. Yeah, now try to fucking deny opening my own files I've opened thousands of times before, bitch. Fuck off! I just changed that! You bitch! I changed it to... I do not... Yeah, like, we've done this before. Oh my fucking god. I can't even open my fucking sci-files PJ sent me now. Okay, I'll just try closing down the program. Oh my fucking god, Si, you good? Fuck's sake. Alright, try this again. Yes! Okay, there we go. I just had to reboot it. Thank fuck.
Okay.
Meh.
Artificial intelligence, artificial insanity. You know, it all goes hand in hand.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I probably have a couple of those things.
Oh my god. She was in a movie called I Do, Until I Don't. And her character's name was Fanny.
Lovely. Man, real freaking, king of... Real queen amongst women, am I right? Fuck's sake. Everything I hear of this woman makes me hate her more. And it's not because she's a woman, it's because she's a bitch. Let's see. Where's Cheer? Cheerful, there we go. Yes, I would like to open that one, thank you. Stupido. Right, I'm remaking this fucking image because apparently I lost the original and I have no idea what it is. Because I'm a dummy dumb. You know what, fuck, I can show this on stream, so I can stop, like, just dicking around with the other thing. What's my game to stream? There we go. Boop. There we go, now you can see my things. Alrighty, where's my size? Here we go.
Oh, just remember, I can't see it. Not yet.
Oh, yeah, right. Let me fix that for you. Screen. Alright, just watch my stream via Skype. Discord. Wow, it's been a while since I made that mistake.
Up there she is, right here.
Yep. Just making one of these, arranges.
Just word of warning, remember, her name is Remi-Chan. As cute as she looks right here, she's really
She's
cool.
fucking nutso, yeah. Oh.
She's cute as hell, but she's evil.
That's like all my fucking evil characters. Adorable as fuck, but watch out, cause they evil motherfucker. Alright, this isn't gonna work.
Oh, this one is, she's evil and she's a backstabber.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. She she says, we are above nothing. Or the children of Calamity are above nothing.
Yeah. I mean,
we aren't above lying. We're above nothing.
Chloe maybe an archdemon.
From hell.
Yeah, from hell. But at least she's honest.
Yeah, and like this is what Chloe said. This exact thing. You could compare anyone to these guys, and they look good in comparison.
Yeah, even with the burn marks on her, Chloe's damn cute. This one,
Yeah.
no burn marks. Has the glasses, makes her look all innocent. Yeah.
No, she's not innocent. That's to lull her prey into a false sense of security, of course. Because we stand a girl with duality. Am I right? Okay, sorry. I'll stop. Yeah, I didn't think that was gonna work. Alright. But. Okay. So I'm sure some of the people in chat who are watching are like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Let me look. Listen. I have an obligation to share with some people what the fuck PJ's been doing, and also what I've been doing. But I've already shared what I've been doing, so I just need to get some, things set up to show them what my artist PJCR has been doing, or rather, what I can show that he's been doing. He's done a lot. He's basically. I'll show you where his progress is later, but for now, I just need to get this going because otherwise, it's gonna take fucking forever. But yeah, my PJCR recently got me the rest of the Zaramitsu, and I still haven't done I haven't updated the face sets or anything yet because lazy. But rest assured, we have the Zaramitsu. Next up is Zeltara, which I'm really looking forward to seeing. Unfortunately, PJCR hasn't managed to send that yet because, it's PJ. So yeah, we're on the waiting list for that. But we'll see. Okay, there we go.
The PC issues, the connection issues. With PJCR.
Oh right, yeah. Sorry, I'm half focusing. Alrighty. Alright, gotta put this on Twitter or something. I'm gonna laugh my ass off if the previous one I made is on, not Twitter, fuck. Imgur. Yeah, I use Imgur. Don't bother trying to find my shit though, because I have it all on private. Am I logged in? Yeah, I am, cool. Here we go. Okay, no, I definitely didn't have it posted. Okay. Can finally make this post. From pages here. Hey. There we go. I'll post this over on Save Point as well, aka the forum which DerVVulfman holds precedence over. Since it's been a while. Oh god, there's been another one. Man, nothing happened last week, huh? I mean, that was a bit, but mostly courtesy of this fuck shit. Alright. Why does that work? Alright, preview post.
Nice.
Okay. That should be capitalized. Cool, your dictionary doesn't count there or there will. I mean, those make sense, but... Huh, questline is apparently not a valid word. Whatever. Oh yeah, of course, Nanyan isn't a word. It's just the combination of, like, an and the Japanese word for what. Alright. So, I've got a... Boop. And then I've also got a... Grab these video links again. Give me a... Oh, I should have paused that already. Excuse me, why are you playing, bitch? There we go. Ahem. Okay. Oh, yeah. Oops. This one first. Media. Here we go. YouTube. There we go. Hey. Okay, push reply. Oh my god, what's with that bloody spacing? So bad. Why? Hot garbage, for fuck's sake. Okay, try this again. Ah, that's better. Okay, there we go. Posted. Oh, hang on, let me check. Did I put anything? Did I put the new arts in thing? I didn't, did I? It's been so long, I've been so slack with this, so I best get up to making sure everything's up to date on... Oh, okay, I did do that. Cool. Well, that saves me some effort. Let me check the ones on thing as well. Let me check the chat. Where is it?
No one yet?
No one yet,
No one
okay.
yet.
No worries. Man, I look so drunk in some of these stills. That's better. What? Sketch thread. That was the most recent prog start, but that goes without saying since this form's dead as fuck. Oh! I haven't posted it here yet. Alright, I better do that. Thankfully, that's fairly easy for me to do. Edit. Quick edit.
Nag.
Boop. Done, 2 seconds. Oh, it's so easy when I have to include a speed draw or nothing. Man, I haven't done a speed draw in ages.
Yeah.
Just because I haven't had, like, any art I've really done on, like, recordable basis in a while. Last one I could have done, but I didn't because I couldn't stream it, was the Angelica one. And I tried to do it with the, Lucifer, but it ended up being a lot more work than I originally anticipated, so it was broken up over several streams, and I only got the recordings for a few of them. And some of them I just did offline, so yeah, it's too fragmented. Alright, let me change music too, because this one's been going on for a while. Go for some Ultima Thule. Alrighty. Huh? Wait, who's that? Must be my character from Classic. Huh. I didn't look right. Oh yeah, wow, that's her from a very low level. Still with a silver thread and mace and robes and shit. My. Oh yeah, while I'm here, I'll show some screenshots of this event. I haven't actually put this one up on YouTube yet. I'm still trying to get all that worked out.
Oh.
So yeah, it's the reunion of
The menagerie.
The menagerie, yeah. These two don't have portraits yet. By which I mean, they actually do, but I haven't got them yet. Which reminds me, that was the next thing I was going to show, is how far PJCR is along. So, he's finished all the main stuff. Like, Zeltara and Lilith is all he has left to deliver me for that, but he's finished them well and truly. So, he's done Madeline. Hang on. Yeah. So, he's done Madeline, aka this little bean, who's just, like, angry all the time. He's done Anathema. Hang on. This one, crazy knifey bitch with the lovely thigh highs. I want those thigh highs. Space Monkey Pirates, done all those. Fatty McLarge, as you can see, done this in his pirate outfit anyway. That's just one of his poses. Don't worry about the fact that I'm using Chloe for that. Yeah, I've got facial references. Gerald, aka Garfield. Thank you. God bless Yorkshire Pud. That joke's never gonna get old now. So yeah, it's this version of Garfield with his hood and wings and shit. You know, he used that for one of his poses because if PJHC has done a pose well before, I'm like, yeah, fuck it, just do this pose. Easy. Sid Gung-Ho, aka Froggy Boy. Kairos, aka Dragon Boy. And Kikyo Kasanavi, aka Shadow Dude, aka Lizard Girl. Oh, I guess, I think she's meant to be a lizard. Yeah, she's like a gecko girl. There we go. Chubby Sundre, aka Yasundre, but she hibernate like a bear. She's actually adorable when she's dummy thick. Look at her. When I say dummy thick, I mean just fat, but I'm trying to be polite. Even though Yasundre would probably take, being called fat as a compliment. She'd be like, someone would be like, man, you're fat. She's like, why, thank you. Yasundre just doesn't give a shit. And she sees, like, good health and, being well fed as, signs of health. So, she'd have absolutely no problem with being a bit well endowed. Anyway, got the Wood Elves, those are all done. And yes, they are made my shitty MS Paint style, don't at me.
Are we actually going to see, yes, the return of Wood Elf Hitler?
No, he's dead. He's burning in hell, just like, the actual Hitler. And probably me. Or my alternate past self, anyway. So, yeah. And you got the High Elf Queen. Now, as some of you know, and some of you don't know, the gimmick of High Elves is not that they are high status, although that is also true. The main gimmick of High Elves is they just like to be high all the time. Like, they like their hemp. They really like their hemp.
They really, yeah. It's actually...
That's part of the law. It's literally in law that high elves just like being high all the time.
Yeah,
and if they're not high, if they're not smoking something or like having some sort of thing to make them high, they actually get depressed. That's so fucking funny.
I mean, we're talking about it's actually covered all the way back in Menagerie.
Yeah, no, this is the thing I thought. I'm like, man, why hasn't anyone else done this? Even though Sean probably has done it, but I'm surprised I'm the first one to like really show high elves can be like, no. I mean, yeah, they're high status, like, things, but mostly they just love being fucking high, which, makes sense considering they're called high elves. I can't believe no one else has done
I
this.
mean, they've always been referred to as, like, in D&D games as high status. Whereas the Dark Elves, they're just dark. But this is probably... I swear, Remy, I think you're the only one that ever decided high elves, they just get high.
Yeah, and I'm surprised, because it's like it's hard to think of it. It's like, high elves. Oh, just have fun with those words. Okay, yeah, they're high all the time. That's easy. If anything else has done it, it's been, like, incredibly niche. Like, even more so than my shit, which is saying something, considering I'm a complete fucking nobody. Anyway, yeah, we got Goblin too. Anyway. So he's done all those. He's done the cats and dogs, aka these funny boys and girls and shit, whatever the hell they are. So yeah, and catfish, he has done catfish, and yes, he's done strawberry too. Yeah, he done strawberry. Alright, he's also done all the livestock, which I'm looking very forward to seeing. He's made all these 5, as well as Svanna, which is Sfolly's mother, for those of you who don't know. John Lee, who is Kara's, like, grandmother. There she is. And Kiet, who is Kara's bro. And this is not official art, this is fan art that was submitted, and I'm like, you know what, we'll go with this. Just take away the burn marks, because we already have one character who's got all those. Alright. Shadow Pixies, he's done. No, that's not a joke. That's why I heard he was working on recently, but he's already finished. Then he's working on his Photopians currently. So this is as far as he's gone along, and he's probably going to be spring either, because all these have, like, different outfits and stuff now. Like, it's not just a recolor of the same thing like they were back when I was, you know, doing this shit. These actual all have different styles, which is amazing. And I thank RiseDemos, who sadly isn't fucking here yet, for that contribution. And of course you have the Bat people, who were introduced in flight, and have had basically no coverage other than that, but we'll get more of those later. And yeah, so after that, he's up to Nekomata. He probably is up to these now, knowing how quickly he works. So yeah, we got the blood aspected Nekomata, aka physical damage. You got the, what's her outfit? You got the arcane one, which looks great. These are all by RiseDemos, by the way. I colored them, but he was the one who did the actual, like, line work. The ice one, which I think is just great. The reason we're skipping fire is because that one already exists. It's called Amberina. And she's already in the game. But yeah, there's ice one. I love her. She's so cute. And you got the lightning one, which is, yeah, the zap. The water one, who's basically Megane. You got the holy one, which is actually one of the few ones I drew beyond Amberina and Patricia. And yeah, she's called Grace. And I have some great Valentine's art of Grace and Patricia just being very cute together. Demos, I think, made it for me on Valentine's Day. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Because it's not an SFW. It's just wholesome. Let me see if I can find it. A digital, no, portfolio fan art. I know it when I see it. I gotta remember what the hell he called it now. Was it just in V for Valentine's? Probably not. Oh yeah, there it is. Wow. So yeah, they are. So yeah, taller one of course is Patricia. The shorter one is Grace. Aren't they just adorable? It's so cute. Yep. Yeah. I really like how he drew them. I actually want to make every time I make a good, set of characters, I want to fucking make a whole game about them. The amount I had to hold back when I was, making the Kitsune of Sen and Ea. Because they are really fun characters. And I'll probably have a similar thing with these, because, yeah, these are the facial references I provided. I only drew one of them. The rest of these are basically by Shiki. Except this one, which is from, I mean, if you don't know who that is, you're very uncultured, and you don't deserve to know. It's Destroyer from, I forget what the actual anime is called, but yeah, I think it's Fate. Anyway, So yeah, after that, it's up to the Foul Hunters. Ignore the fact that she is got her pants down, just RiseDemos being his usual self. So you got the followers as a title, which you've already seen the scene. These, which are just like the citizen Foul Hunters, as was the like character Foul Hunters. We haven't met her yet in scenes, but she is in the game, and her name is Rose. She's the mother of these two delinquents. Well, this delinquent and this not so delinquent here. Oh, excuse me. Oh yeah, and then finally it would be the Faithful, which I haven't actually finished the work order for yet fully. So I don't know why it says ready to begin, because it isn't really. So yeah, sure, I got these two. And Usagi set up. And a really nice picture of one of the Usagi, Makala. But then you also have the Bat Peeps, which look great, but I haven't colored them in yet. Same goes for the Snake Peeps. So yeah, the Snake Peeps dwell on Esoteriqua. And the Bat Peeps dwell on a place called Dismonia, which is basically a black hole, and it looks so fucking sick. And then of course you have the army and humanity. So the army is a short, like, gnome-like race, or halfling, or Lullafell if that's your kind of dealio. And yeah, they're very, they're very tuney. They're huge Tuneorbias, but it works because they're so small, and therefore are impossible to take seriously, which is the idea. So the girls have this like headband that covers one of their eyes. They sometimes will joke that it's a seal designed to contain their ungodly power, but realistically, they just wear it because it looks cool, in their opinion. And then of course you have the ancients, which are army who have lived for 1,000 years. They get red eyes and they become pretty powerful. So here's the sprite example. So here's the male army on the left and right, and the female army. Yeah, you can see she's got her like stupid bandage, like the black bandage around her eye. And then here's the ancients, which so the boys actually get like horns. We're not sure if these are artificial or just real or just hair accessories, but either way. And the girls get wings. They get dead ass like little vampire wings. If they can actually fly with them is debatable, but given how powerful they are, they wouldn't need wings to fly. Anyway, and then you just have humans. And now keeping in mind, these are earthen humans. So, they're generic ass pieces of shit, basically. Like, no unusual hair colors. Because that's something that earthen humans don't get. They get blonde, brown hair naturally. Oh, and there's gingers too, but there's no gingers because I only have 4 slots, okay? And like generally, when characters have red hair in my games, they're dangerous. As in, like, Soul Catcher dangerous. It's not like I don't have any fucking redheads. I got plenty. I mean, and that's has got brown hair. But, like, yeah, we got, like, Kyon, who's a redhead. A blatant redhead. And, yeah, she's a Soul Catcher, and she's dangerous. There's probably others, too. I can't think right now. But yeah, so I'm not saying I have a problem with like people with red hair. I think red hair is very gorgeous, but it has to be. I mean, for fuck's sake, look, Foul Hunters, boom, red hair. Now shut up. But yeah, I really like red hair. But you know, it has to be used in the right sort of situation. And the point of this the humans in this is they're just meant to be dead as boring. Because that's how humans from Earth are. I'm not insulting myself at all, because I'm a goddess of chaos and garbage. I don't fit into your pathetic human terms. Anyway, let's check chat.
I got teal first, so whatever.
Yeah, okay, whatever, buddy. I don't even know what that means. Okay, no one in chat. Man, sure is a quiet stream today, but it's fine.
Yeah, no one there. Come on.
Come on, guys. What's taking ya?
You're gonna wait until I actually take my eyes off. That's what you're doing. You're gonna wait.
Yeah, they're just like floating in the shadows, hatching a plan on their feathery asses, like, hoo, just wait. The orphan's gonna go get like pizza or some shit, and then we're gonna spring the chat. And Mimi's gonna have no idea because she's an ignorant fuckwit who can't seem to afford a second monitor for some stupid reason.
Right, guys, I got the Powerade right here. Shut up.
No, there's like, you're the only one watching, at least as far as my stats can see, so. Quiet stream today. And like, it's not like I didn't like put it in every single channel. I just think we were a bit late. What a shame. Like, I was originally gonna stream like Star Major's game if they were around, but they're not. I don't blame them though. They were doing a rehearsal. They were actually doing a performance last night. And God knows, like, considering, like, to give you an idea, I saw them on Twitter. Hang on, profile. Twitch replies. Like, on Twitter, where are we? Right, yeah, it's recital day. Oh, it was recital, not, okay. It wasn't a performance, my bad, it was just recital. But yeah, I was super nervous. And that was 12 hours ago. To give you an idea, it's midday now. And for them, that means it was 10 PM. Because it would have been 12, it would have been midnight for me. I know, because I got home and I came and saw this. But for them, that would have been, because they're 2 hours behind me, because they live in the Philippines. That means it was, yeah, about 10 their time. I want to actually check the YouTube again. I'm really sad that they had to get rid of the vids from. Oh right, hang on. Why am I doing that? I'm subscribed to them, for fuck's sake. What am I doing? Alright. So yeah, they had a 10-part Perseverance Let's Play on their channel, which I wish I downloaded now, because it's gone, man. And like, it was just like praise upon praise. They really, really liked it, and you could see them get emotionally attached to the story and the characters and everything. I'm like, man, see, this is all I need to prove to anyone that says my games aren't well written. That, no, fuck you, they're fine. Also, I love how it's always the people who can't write for shit who say my games aren't well written. It's like they're fucking jealous and they just want to say, "Hey, you can't be badly written me." Like Nick did this shit. Well, at least he can actually write. To his credit, he can write. And Tron did this shit, but again, like, that's an example of someone who can't fucking write to save their life. And they don't seem to understand that there are differing writing styles. That not everyone has to, like, it just annoys me. It's like, they're like, you don't write like my favorite writer, so therefore you suck. It's like, no. I just write my own style, because I don't follow the status quo like some normie-ass little pansy bitch like you are. Like, the whole freaking, like, thing of, like, I'm a bad writer. No, I'm not a bad writer. I'm not a great writer, but I'm a lot better than people give me credit for. I've seen people watch, like, play my game and read my dialogue and, tear up and laugh and stuff. Which means my writing is having the effect of creating emotional attachment, which is all you need to do. I'm gonna keep getting better at writing, because that's just, it's gonna happen regardless of if I try or not, because I'm writing, like, the vast majority of my time. Just because I'm not professionally trained, which, by the way, one of the people who tutored me for a while, Jeff Will Black, he stated from the get-go, the course was a complete waste of time. Because, I don't know why, but he just said, like, I'm not going to get a job with this, but at least I can, help tutor some people who could use a bit of refinement. Now, unfortunately, our lessons were cut short due to the antics of a certain fuckboy, but, I do respect him as a writer. However, he does have some flaws of his own. One of the ones I often see from a lot of these people who are in the writing scene, who don't really seem to understand that writing is an expression, a form of expression, and not a thing you have to be pedantic about. And usually they just say, look, your writing isn't refined, and I'm okay with that. Because, like, sure, my writing isn't refined, but my games aren't refined. Like, I'm not trying to be the next fucking Mozart of writing or whatever the fuck. I'm just trying to make a story that touches people's hearts and makes them feel good. So when people are like, "Hey, your writing sucks," it's like, no, it's not that my writing sucks. It's just you don't actually know what different size writing look like because you're so used to this drolled out fucking like used ass over the top template that most of like the pro writing crowd subscribes to, which is fine. Don't get me wrong, it works and it's used heavily for a reason. But I've got my own style, and I'm going to keep going with it.
Stephen King refers to his own writing as the equivalent of a Big Mac and fries. He actually admits that himself.
Yeah, I mean,
He just prints it out.
I'm not sure what that's meant to mean, but thank you, Stephen King, for helping me prove my point in some way, I guess. But yeah, like, no. Like, and here's the thing, everyone who's a writer has, like, you know, insecurities about their writing, because they're always going to think, oh, I'm not as good as X. But I've just learned to accept that I'm not going to ever be as good as some people who have been doing this as a pro thing for their entire lives. Same with art. Like, I'll admit, yeah, my art isn't perfect, but it's not going to be. I've only been doing it for 8 years, and I've been doing it in a very unorthodox way. Like, the amount of time I've had some dipshit come up and say, hey, you should use references because, that's what you're supposed to do. And I'm like, says who? Like, don't get me wrong, references are a huge help. I do use them sometimes, if I can't get a pose right. But I prefer to learn through trial and error, and just drawing something until I get it right. Because that will actually make sure I don't unlearn the skills and forget what I've learned. Because the references, I sort of see them as a crutch. And I know that every fucking, like, person in the art community who relies heavily on references is going to start squealing at me like, like, shut up. Okay, you have your way, and that's fine, it works for you. And yes, I won't improve or get good as quickly as you did, because, you know, but I'm happy with where my style is going, and I've come so far in what is a pretty short amount of time. Like just the best example. Not trying to toot my own horn here, but I definitely am tooting my own improvement. Because, yeah, you only need to look at... where are we? Photos. Right, so look at this piece of shit, okay? This was made about 1.5 years ago. There's a lot of mistakes here. The lines are all wobbly and janky. There's big, like, weird things up. And, like, it looks like she's got, like, half a leg just retract into a dress because I didn't know how to make knees like that work. It's very flawed, and I don't often show this image around because I hate it. But then, 1 year later, I made this. Which is, yeah, same character. Basically the same drawing. Just refined to a degree that I never thought would be possible. And the reason I was able to do this is because this wasn't a case of me looking at a reference. I didn't use a reference for this image, and if you want proof of that, you can literally check out the speed roll. I just I worked on a draft, and got to the point where the draft looked amazing, and then I just drew the line work, and then the flat color, and then I added on top of it. I didn't need references for this, and there are very few artists who could say that, and because of that, I do see references as a crutch. Because, you know, sure, references are great, but at the same time, you shouldn't be relying on them, because if you are, then how much of, you know, you making art is really your skill at, you know, actually drawing, and how much of it is just, you know, copying from something better. I mean, again, it's also just down to me being really petty, and not wanting to have to credit many other people for work that I'm creating. Purely because, like, far as I see it, like, I want to be fully responsible for, you know, things like this. Because, yeah, crediting, like, people who didn't come up with the idea or the style, but just happened to have a pose on hand, I get why you have to do it, and I absolutely would if I used references, but I just don't, and it saves me that difficulty. Because sometimes you get a picture and then you can't find who fucking made it. So you just kind of have to be like, well, I guess I don't want to be credited then, and just have to sort of... And then if they're like, hey, you didn't credit me for this, you'd be like, oh yeah, sorry, I couldn't find who the fuck made it. So it's not the end of the world if that happens. But at this just stage, we have to worry about any of that, because, yeah, I just freaking thing. I just did the art itself. Again, if you really can't bring yourself to believe me, whoever's gonna watch this, let me show you the fucking speed rule for it. Where you'll never see me pull up a reference. And again, the reason I have Wolfman watching the chat is because I don't have two monitors. So you don't have to worry that I've got the references hidden off on another monitor. I don't have that. Like, you can go on Twitter and see pictures of my room. There's no second monitor. The only one I could possibly have is my laptop or my phone. But my phone I can't see for shit because it's a small little pixie dick screen. And, excuse me. And as for my, 1 second, still burping from pancakes. And as for like my laptop, I haven't booted it. It's over in like the freaking like back of my room back there. Because it just, like, once I got this PC, I just basically disowned it because it's bad. So yeah, here's me just dead ass drawing it straight from the thing. And people who were here for this stream would absolutely know that, yeah, no, I 100% just drew this from the get-go. You know why I was able to draw, like, these hands so nicely, basically from the get-go, despite having no reference? It's almost like I've done this before. I don't need references anymore. In fact, I probably never really did, but I have tried using them, and it has helped, in some regards. But this wasn't a particularly complicated pose. And the few errors and issues I did have, I fixed. So, you know. Again, it's not perfect, but the amount of improvement visible from it and its last iteration really is telling. Now, the only reference I was using was the art of the character itself, because this was like only my second time ever drawing this character, and I wanted to make sure I was getting the details right. Which is important when you have a character with such a, like, what's the word, distinctive hairstyle, but also pretty complex. I have to do the same thing with Lilac. So the referencing is done, but it's basically always my artist or my work. And it's just for clarifying character details. It's never for anatomy or anything like that. So some people absolutely won't be able to work like this. Some people will be like, oh, I can't stand this. Not having references is so lame. And that's fine. This is just how I chose to do things. And I'm absolutely fine and happy to admit the fact it won't be for everyone. Because it's pretty unusual for artists to not use references. But the reason I'm saying all this is because I've been, shall we say, criticized a fair bit for choosing to do things this way. And I just want to say to you now, there was a reason. And as you can see, I had some watches, Vucky AVX, and, oh hey, Rye, I remember him. And yeah, no, like, absolutely my stuff is unrefined. But that's its charm. It's not meant to be, like, super pro looking, because I'm not pro. I'm an amateur at everything I do. Hell, the only thing I'm pro at is fucking dancing, because I've actually been paid to do that. Which has, like, no basis in art or much in the way of writing. So yeah, absolutely, my stuff is unrefined. But at the end of the day, ask yourself what the fuck that even means. I think people like throwing that word around because it just helps describe that my stuff is chaotic. But at the same time, I have to ask you, when you go to the stream of someone who brands themselves as a chaos goddess, were you really expecting normality? Fools. Absolute foolish fools. Also, can I just say, this fucking expression is so lovely. Like,
I would also say, by whose standard?
yeah, I mean, again,
Who sets the standard?
yeah, exactly. And I don't follow the status quo. In fact, going pretty much against the status quo has been my mission statement since I began. Like, even before I came on the internet. I was basically an outcast in school, and instead of being upset about it, I thrived in it. I was like, okay, people don't like how I think. That's fine. Let them do their stupid shit. I'm gonna have fun doing shit my way. And some people absolutely can't stand that. Some people can't stand that, you know, the status quo is not the be-all end-all way of being because they're raised to think, oh, yeah, but this is the way you have to be. No. That's bullshit. That's you just parroting the same shit that everyone else in your stupid circle says. Sorry, go on, Dorfman.
Yeah, Pablo Picasso said, the world doesn't make sense, so why should I actually make art that does?
Yeah, exactly. And again, like, my art makes more sense than Picasso's because I'm drawing things that I'm using for games, so it has to make some amount of sense. I'm not much of an abstract artist, and I would never claim to be. That's never been my goal. I'm a character designer, and I openly wear that badge. Am I a good character designer? I don't know. That's a pretty subjective thing to ask. You'd have to ask some of my friends, or just people who dislike or like me, and make an opinion for yourself. Don't be a sheep.
Yeah, we know what happens to sheep. Bam.
Yeah. That's it. I'm being needlessly mean, because for the most part, I've only had a few imbeciles get on my case for like, hey, you should be using references. And sometimes it was genuinely out of concern for my growth as an artist. And I've agreed, no, absolutely I should be using references more. But, here's the thing. I don't fucking feel like it. And at the end of the day, I've come this far by just doing things my way. So, I'm willing to go the rest of the way doing just that, because the amount of improvement I'm seeing, even though my way of doing things is potentially slower, is pretty staggering. I'm really happy with how my art's coming out. And I really like how my art looks. And that's really what's important at the end of the day. Like, at the end of the day, I am making art purely for me. Like, I'm not selling this, well, if I am, it's just because people offered to put it in an exhibition. But yeah, for the most part, I'm just making art because I love making art. And I'm gonna make what I want to make. Just because you don't personally approve of my style, or how I do things, or that I don't use references, that doesn't fucking matter, sweetheart. Because I'm here for my own reasons. If you think if you think I'm doing things the wrong way, well then keep doing things your way. I'm not saying my way is right or wrong. I'm just saying, it doesn't matter what is right or what is wrong in a field like art that is so fucking subjective. People saying right, wrong in a field like art, which is a form of expression, I might fucking add. Saying something is wrong or right, or that you should be doing this or you shouldn't be doing this or that, is absolutely insane.
Realization. What is the function of this stream? Was it supposed to be game dev?
Yeah, but there's no one watching, so I don't feel like it. Like, I'm just...
Who the hell is everyone?
Yeah, I know, right? Usually there's at least 2 or 3 people here. Maybe they're just like, oh, Remi's doing her usual shit of just ranting about people she dislikes. It's like, no, I mentioned, like, that guy once. And I was just basically in reference to something else that I was already talking about. No, no, there's just, no one's come. God, I'm so childish. So I say no one's come, and I just have a giggle to myself because I said a funny word. Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's just a bad time, or... I mean, it's Sunday. What the fuck is wrong with... I mean, technically it's Saturday for Saturday night, but still. Whatever. I mean, I understand, like, some of the people that usually come here not being here, like Phoenix, because Phoenix is trying to get work done, and is probably sleeping right now. because her schedule, like mine, is fucked. And, best of luck to her. Starmage, I mean, they were rehearsing until, like, midnight, so, or reciting until midnight for, like, their performance. So, again, completely fair. Well, keep in mind, like, Starmage is just 2 hours behind my time, so for her, it would now be about 10:23 a.m. So, yeah. She's probably just waking up and be like, oh god, what the fuck is Biz on about? And we're like, oh, this is doing a stream, that's neat. Because they don't have a bad bone in their body. Oh dear. Like, I've never, and I mean never, seen Starmage remotely close to Angie. It's almost like bizarre how much chill they have. And like I just want to protect it. That amazing chill. Like I don't want to like make enemies of anyone for them or like try to like say, hey, you can't be friends with this guy. Because one, I'm not that petty, like the fuck. Like Phoenix, my friend here. As far as I know, she and Tron still talk occasionally, and that's completely fine. Cause yeah, like I don't like him. I think he's an idiot. But my friends can have differing point of views, and I would hope they would. Like, cause I don't want my friend to be sheep to my whims. Okay, like if you think friends are there to be your puppets, one, fuck you, you're an asshole. Two, what the hell does friend mean to you? That's servant, my bro. No, like I like my friends to not have to feel like they're pressured into being one way or another. Because to me, I'm just happy that we're friends. So, if you want to be, like, go hang out with this other guy, even if I don't like him, go nuts. Like, that's completely up to you. It's not my business. And again, I kind of, like, I probably reveal this a bit in my games, but I think the whole aspect of cheating only exists because insecure fucking man-children do. Like, don't get me wrong, having, like, your love dropped for another is kind of shitty. But at the same time, I don't think anyone should have the right to own anyone, and that's exactly why I disagree with marriage. And virtually all the shit that basically, pseudo-Christianity bullshit came up with. I'm actually going to show a scene from my game here. Gotta remember where the fuck it is. It's just a, like, flavor scene, so you could entirely miss this and not even know. But, gotta remember where the fuck it is now. Just here if I recall. Or maybe a bit after this, I can't remember. Hey, let's see. Oh, not you. It's probably just here there. Oh, next room over. Oh yeah, oh I have music off, let me fix that. I mean, there's no music playing because we're currently in dead space. Hang on. Let me boot up another file. Hope for the best. Alright. There we go. Alright, I'll switch your stream to in a minute, Wolfman. I just wanna... Alright, there we go. Screen, door, change windows, Fantasia. I mean, you've already seen this one, I think. But yeah, this basically goes pretty well into my whole, like, thing of why I don't really think cheating is such a bad thing. Or rather, why it's a thing that shouldn't really be happening, because marriage should have never been much of a thing. But yeah, let's just get to it. Glad to see you three have made yourselves comfortable. I think you have the biggest bed on the ship. For the most bountiful booties, am I right? Got 'em. Where's Miss Pink-Winged Fairy Glare?
I love that line.
Yeah, I know. She's taking some alone time to reflect on various things, which means until I'm called upon, we'll be able to have some fun. Gotta say, here we go. I really don't get the mortal's whole thing of not cheating. Valeria and I have multiple romantic affairs, but it never devalues our relationship at all because we aren't superficial. I know it was a stupid thing obsessive Christians brought about because back in their Stone Age, women were considered more property than people, but you'd think we could let go of such a draconian cliche by now. It is rather dross. It speaks highly of their insecurities. One of the responses I hear a lot is, I already have a wife, such husband. And it's like, oh, you let someone own your body and so? That's kind of sad and shows a sincerely concerning lack of trust and loyalty on both your parts. If you truly love someone in a way that goes beyond the lustful nature of having a good time with a demon girl for a night, then why should it matter? But that's the exact problem. Human mortal relationships seem to be an incredibly transient thing that half the time are done for social status than for romance itself. Obsessive dickheads like to control their worthless lives, and so they use laws and scripture to demand the loyalty of their other, rather than letting it develop naturally. Humans as a whole are grossly insecure and obsessive. They don't realize that loyalty of a reliable soul can't really be tested properly without such experiences, without cheating. If you can't trust someone to have a fling and still come back to you, then maybe you aren't as deserving of the loyalty as you pictured. That's what they're afraid of. I mean, it just goes back to women having next to no rights for the first 12,000 years of human society, a trend that only started finally breaking in the last 2 centuries or so. Marriage, weddings, funerals, and the like are all scams of ownership and legal binding. You and Fayari never married, huh? No, because neither of us believed in such flawed moral concepts. Sacred Blue performed something of a wedding for us, but it was nothing binding, just an act of kindness from a reformed aspect. It was really nice of her. I felt incredibly accepted and welcomed that day, similar to how I felt when you three sought my tutelage. A decision I've never once regretted. You are a joy, SP. As for humanity, it wasn't too surprising when I learned every strain of humanity is one that is stomped on before it can become a problem. They are a terrible influence on the cosmos. It's also fairly unique in its bizarre mating doctrine. The kelp elves of Nadine, for instance, are pretty much identical to us with how their romance works. Ah, yes, I can say I am pretty well learned of the intricacies of kelp elves. Thanks, Anathema. I can see the attraction. Oh, another redhead. I can see the attraction, but not for me. Too wet and too cold. I did have fun with a few of them. It's too bad they're extinct now. Thanks, Sardari. Anathema's good friends with Isandre, right? Maybe she could get her to make some more. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Oh, yes, let's have that conversation. Hey, Isandre, could you use that incredibly one-of-a-kind power to repopulate an extinct species so I can have a good fuck? I'm sure that'll blow over real well. You're right. I didn't think that through very well. Isandre is the last person I want to incur the wrath of. Other than Blue, anyway. Pissing one off essentially gets you in the bad books with both of them, as they are close like sisters and are very protective of each other. But sure, let's double dip and piss off the 2 aspects we fear the most. I can guarantee you that if there was a way, Anathema would have found it. May Chloe recommend the Nekomata? That's where this whole thing starts. I've been seeing this girl called Amberina, and she is, to put it quite literally, very lit. Miss Mothercat won't indulge Chloe, so Chloe just found something better and more compatible. Ah, yes, those cuties are irresistible. Fire and I have done a couple subtle rounds over in Zenokoma. Good times were had. I personally prefer the Phalanxes that live there. Never thought I'd be into girls with clawed hands and feet, but damn, I guess saying they want to work something in me, now I'm an addict. That's a completely understandable kink. Aren't your nails like we have, just a sexy substitute for claws? So, are they like beast claws? Oh no, more like talons of a bird. So basically claws, but with less annoying fur and bonus of posable thumbs, which is a win-win. Oh, Chloe will have to find one of these founders next time she has a visit to Zenokoma. Oh boy, does she find some. Anyway, yeah, that basically goes into the stance I have, and, well, basically the experiments. Like, the whole thing of marriage is just, it comes off to me as very possessive. Like, yeah.
You think that's bad? In Hinduism, there are 8 different types of marriage. Not one.
That doesn't surprise me at all.
8. So it's not solely a Christian thing. Hinduism has it as well.
Yeah. Well, like it's a religious thing. Because, yeah, pagans are like, nah, it's just fucking shotgun, bam wham shotgun marriage, whatever. There I go again. No, like, God, just... Marriage is just a very full... It's kind of like funerals. They started out as basically oh hey, this is a thing we can do that actually has no benefit to you whatsoever, beyond basically enslaving your wife. But we get paid for it, so give us money, scrub. And it just basically became this thing that was seen as tradition. And just like Rick, I do believe that tradition is an idiot thing. Because, yeah, like, saying it's tradition is a bad excuse. Don't get me wrong, there are traditions that are fun, but you shouldn't be doing tradition just because, quote, it's tradition. You should be doing it because the tradition is fun. And if the tradition is not fun, then who fucking cares? Stop doing it. Like, I know some people are gonna be like, oh, but I just don't know ancestor by doing it. Who? Dude, they're dead. They're not, they can't hurt you. Like, clinging to the ghosts of the past, like they have any power over you, is to enable the worst parts of history to repeat. And I know I'm being some wise-ass bitch right now, just being like, but, you see, history will... But what I'm saying is, like, you don't have to abide by tradition, because tradition doesn't abide by us. Tradition is just a stupid excuse for terrible behavior. I mean, look at all the times that, you know, people say as a reason for why you have to do a thing is, it's tradition. And you can pretty quickly pull together a picture of why tradition is, generally speaking, used for ill intent, or for people to get their way. It's not something I would consider, you know, good. In the same way I wouldn't consider drinking heavily good. Sure, it might feel right at the time, but it's not going to do you any favours in life. In fact, if anything, it's just going to make you miserable down the line. And this just goes into one of humanity's, particularly America's, biggest flaws, and that is that need for instant gratification. Like, some cultures are very much more focused on the long term, which I think is fairly wise, because, yeah, some things aren't achievable in a lifetime. And like for me, I don't know. Like when if my game company gets big enough that it has to be carried on, I don't know yet who I would pick to take my place as like the game designer, the lead on design, because I don't have any heirs, because fuck having kids. I don't have any like close like partners, because fuck having a relationship. So it would probably go to one of my employees, who has diligent like love for the game. Chances are, it would be Z. Phoenix would be my immediate go-to due to her passion for the game and stuff, but I don't want to burden Phoenix with that. Like, she's got her own shit to work on. She's got her own destiny to realize. I don't want to turn her into basically the, hey, also she's my age, so by the time I'm dying, she probably won't have long left. So there's that too. I mean, she's like 9 years or so younger than me, but in the grand scheme of things, that isn't much. So yeah, but like that's the thing. I haven't really prepared for these things because I just figure this will die when I die, and at that point it doesn't matter anymore because I won't be around to see what happens. I know it's a selfish way to think, but there's a selfish argument to be made for that. Because here's the thing, I don't give a shit about honoring the dead. Because when you're dead, you're gone. And if there is a way to interact with the world, I'd rather people have moved on than trying, like, to, you know, retain my memories. Like, I don't care, bro. Once I'm gone, my time will have passed. And if I must pass on the baton to someone else, it's going to be because they've wanted to pick it up, and not because I've told them, you're the hope for my franchises or whatever. Because this is just what I do to fill my time. This is my hobby. It's not like I'm doing this for cash or money. In fact, the whole reason this game is free is because I don't consider it anything professional. Even though comparative to most of the swill that comes out of the RPG Maker community, my game, and I have no problem admitting this, stands meters tall above the rest. There's a few games that come close, and some that do definitely, like, overshadow it in terms of thing, but they are rare. Like, it is rare for me to find a game that's got so much, like, custom art assets, and basically, if it weren't for the style of the sprites, which, by the way, all the sprites are custom, but if it weren't for the style of the sprites, you would not even be able to tell this is an RPG Maker game. Like, look at this. So yeah, no, absolutely. When I die, Ulyss is probably going to die with me. And that's okay, because I don't give a shit about what happens on the Earth after I'm gone. Because I won't be here to do anything about it, so what the hell does it matter? Like, people will get all caught up on the semblance of, oh, how will I freaking, like, you know, feel when I die? Like, what will I be remembered? Like, bro, who cares? You're not going to be around. I know it's like this whole existential dread thing, but what you should be doing is doing what you can to be remembered in the present. If you really want to be remembered, make yourself memorable. Don't fucking, like, just sit around your ass and bitch that you're not going to be remembered. Do what I'm doing. Have fun doing what you love doing. And some people will just cotton to it, because passion is irresistible. Like, when people see, like, the amount of work and passion I have for this game, it's inspiring. I've had several people tell me, bro, your freaking, like, work ethic, or your, like, games, or, like, your amount of, like, love you put in this game is fucking inspiring. It's been said many times, and so have people who I've talked about my lifestyle with. I just like to do as I please, and the reason I do as I please and I don't cater to anyone else's dumb shit like the status quo or anything is because it's my life and I get to choose how I live it. So, like, basically living in the shadow of an idea that I don't even really agree with is just madness to me. So, if you have ever wondered, why am I fucking miserable, why do I want to die, it's probably because you're not very fulfilled. And the only way to get fulfilled is to find the thing you love doing and do it. Because, yeah. I'm just going to stop playing this because I've already shown you the scene I want to show you. I will switch screens for you, DerVVulfman, back to thing.
Right.
Actually, I'll switch it to the internet. Alright, I'm going to show you all a video that is a good basic, like, diagnosis of my way of thinking. I had this long before I watched the video, but the video helps put in a way that I can't because I'm not nearly as eloquent.
Human existence is scary and confusing. A few 100,000 years ago, we became conscious and found ourselves in a strange place. It was filled with other beings. We could eat some could eat us.
Rawr.
There was liquid stuff we could drink, things we could use to make more things. The daytime sky had a tiny yellow ball that warmed our skin. The night sky was filled with beautiful lights. This place was obviously made for us. Something was watching over us. We were home. This made everything much less scary and confusing. But the older we got, the more we learned about the world and ourselves. We learned that the twinkling lights are not shining beautifully for us, they just are. We learned that we're not at the center of what we now call the universe, and that it is much, much older than we thought. We learned that we're made of many little dead things, which make up bigger things that are not dead for some reason, and that we're just another temporary stage in a history going back over 1 billion years. We learned, in awe, that we live on a moist speck of dust moving around a medium-sized star in a quiet region of one arm of an average galaxy, which is part of a galaxy group that we will never leave. And this group is only one of thousands that together make up a galaxy supercluster. But even our supercluster is only one in thousands that make up what we call the observable universe. The universe might be 1,000,000 times bigger, but we will never know. We could throw words around like 200 billion galaxies, or trillions of stars, or bazillions of planets, but all of these numbers mean nothing. Our brains can't comprehend these concepts. The universe is too big. There is too much of it. But size is not the most troubling concept we have to deal with. It's time, or more precisely, the time we have. If you're lucky enough to live to 100, you have 5,200 weeks at your disposal. If you're 25 now, then you have 3,900 weeks left. If you're going to die at 70, then there are 2,340 weeks left. A lot of time, but also not really. And then what? Your biological processes will break down, and the dynamic pattern that is you will stop being dynamic. It will dissolve until there is no you left. Some believe that there is a part of us we can't see or measure, but we have no way to find out. So this life might be it, and we might end up dead forever. This is less scary than it sounds, though. If you don't remember the 13.75 billion years that went by before you existed, then the trillions and trillions and trillions of years that come after will pass in no time once you're gone. Close your eyes. Count to 1. That's how long forever feels. And as far as we know, in the end, the universe itself will die and nothing will ever change again.
Hate death.
Our videos induce existential dread in many people, and the last few minutes probably haven't helped. So for once we want to offer a different way of looking at these things. An unscientific, subjective point of view. The philosophy of Kurzgesagt, if you want. Please take it with a grain of salt. We don't know any more about human existence than you do. We counter existential dread with optimistic nihilism. What do we mean by that? Well, to summarize, it seems very unlikely that 200 trillion stars have been made for us. In a way, it feels like the cruelest joke in existence has been played on us. We became self-aware only to realize this story is not about us. While it is great to know about electrons and the powerhouse of the cell, science doesn't do a lot to make this less depressing. Okay, but so what? You only get one shot at life, which is scary, but it also sets you free. If the universe ends in heat death, every humiliation you suffer in your life will be forgotten. Every mistake you made will not matter in the end. Every bad thing you did will be voided. If our life is all we get to experience, then it's the only thing that matters. If the universe has no principles, the only principles relevant are the ones we decide on. If the universe has no purpose, then we get to dictate what its purpose is. Humans will most certainly cease to exist at some point. But before we do, we get to explore ourselves and the world around us. We get to experience feelings. We get to experience food, books, sunrises, and being with each other. The fact that we're even able to think about these things is already kind of incredible. It's easy to think of ourselves as separated from everything, but this is not true. We are as much the universe as a neutron star, or a black hole, or a nebula. Even better actually, we are its thinking and feeling part, the sensory organs of the universe. We are truly free in a universe-sized playground. So we might as well aim to be happy and to build some kind of utopia in the stars. It's not as if we found out everything there is to know. We don't know why the rules of the universe are as they are, how life came into existence, what life is. We have no idea what consciousness is, or if we are alone in the universe. But we can try to find some answers. There are billions of stars to visit, diseases to cure, people to help, happy feelings to be experienced, and video games to finish. There is so much to do. So wrapping up, you've probably used up a good chunk of the time available to you. If this is our one shot at life, there is no reason not to have fun and live as happily as possible. Bonus points if you make the life of other people better. More bonus points if you help build a galactic human empire. Do the things that make you feel good. You get to decide whatever this means for you.
So yeah, not 1-1, but pretty close to my philosophy, which is just basically, if I were to die tomorrow, I sure shit do not want to die unhappy. So every morning I get up and I ask myself, am I happy right now? Do I feel good about how things are going in my life? If the answer is no, then obviously, I go ahead and I change things until the answer ends up becoming yes. Because, yeah, it's all very well to say, oh, but you have obligations, you have... what?
Stream unavailable. Stream suspended for policy violations.
The fuck did I do? Surely Curse Kazar wouldn't be doing anything like that. Let me check. Live. It might go back on now that the video is finished. How weird did they do that? The fuck? Okay. Still says it's live to me. Try refreshing. Oh, there we go.